Hello everyone, welcome to Pairfect, the ultimate lifestyle show celebrating visionaries shaping our world. I'm Dinah Ventura, and today we're diving into the world of sustainable fashion, where tradition meets innovation to create clothing that's both stylish and ethical. Our guest today is a true advocate of circular fashion, working to transform the industry by supporting indigenous weavers and making sustainable fashion more accessible. She's the founder of Tahi, a clothing brand that beautifully integrates local weaves into modern wear, and the co-founder of the Biyaya Sustainable Living Festival, a platform celebrating sustainability and craftsmanship. Let's hear her inspiring journey and how she's redefining fashion with purpose. Please welcome Tati Miranda-Fortuna. Welcome to Pairfect.
Thank you, Dina. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. And first, I think we should tell our viewers about what you're wearing today because it's very nice.
Oh, okay.
Is that part of your
Thank
collection?
you. Yes. This is something that we made in Tahi. It incorporates our local weave, which is this accent over here. This is a weave from the Mabilong weavers of Kalinga. And this fabric is linen. So
Nice.
linen is biodegradable. So in Tahi, we prioritize using biodegradable and natural fibers
I
for our
see.
collection. And yes, this is part of the collection.
Okay, something to watch out for when the festival opens this weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay, so but first let's go back, let's backtrack a little bit and start from the beginning. What inspired you to advocate for sustainable fashion and circular fashion?
Okay, over 10 years ago, I set up a company
Okay.
that designs, manufactures, and supplies custom-made workwear or uniforms for
Okay.
clients such as airlines, integrated resorts, hotels, restaurants, cafes around the Philippines. And that's when I realized, oh, I contributed so much
Environmental
waste
All right.
to
Yeah. 10 years ago, circular fashion wasn't
It was-
very much talked about like today. Nowadays, there's
Yes,
a
yes.
lot of events going on that's really promoting that, and it's good to know that you started that or you became aware of that around a decade ago.
Yeah.
So what did you do after when you realized?
So when I
that?
realized,
Yeah.
I felt that, okay, it's my responsibility to provide my clients with a sustainable solution. And during the pandemic, there was a slowdown
2020.
in 2020, and so I took that opportunity to set up my company, U-Cycle. U-Cycle is a company that focuses on offering sustainable fabric
Okay.
to the clients that we have, and the options are post-consumer recycled plastic bottles and dead stock fabric.
Dead stock. What does
Yes.
that mean?
Dead stock, these are excess fabric that are already out there. It's not made from, like when you use dead stock, you're not going to use virgin fabrics. You take again from the earth. You use something that's already there and you make it useful. So yes, those are the options
Okay, so
we
that's,
offer.
That's what's called upcycling also, right?
Yes, repurposing, upcycling, yes.
Okay, very good.
Recycling.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's move forward to Tahi. That's the brand
Tahi. Yes.
that's new to you this year.
Yes.
Tell me about it and how does it incorporate sustainability, your beliefs about sustainability. Yeah.
Yes. Tahi is again a partnership with me and my business partner, Jun Ascario.
Okay.
He's also my business partner in my other company.
Yes.
And so we set up Tahi with the objective in mind that we want to create a capsule wardrobe, a good foundation for a capsule wardrobe. So Tahi has pieces that are basic, necessary in your closet that you can wear on rotation and mix and match with different pieces while incorporating the local weave. For this collection, we are highlighting the Mabilong community of weavers in Kalinga.
Okay.
Because that's where my mom is from. I grew up in Kalinga. My mom was born in Lubuagan, and Lubuagan is the weaving capital of Kalinga.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most interesting things about you, your roots.
Yes, going back to my roots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your mom, your childhood. What was that like growing up there in Kalinga?
Very interesting. I really loved it there. I'm so proud to say that I have a province. I grew up in the province.
Okay.
It's something that's something that I have always been proud of.
Very
Now,
nice.
my mom was born in Lubuagan, Kalinga.
Okay.
She is a doctor, and she dedicated her service, her profession, most of her profession as a doctor to the province of Kalinga.
Very nice.
And so growing up, I also grew up in Kalinga. I went to school there until I had to leave for college. And so I saw how my mom truly was very proud of
Her heritage.
heritage. Although she's not really a Kalinga. What we are is we are part Igorota.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
but the family just moved to Kalinga.
And that's
so,
where you
yes, and that's
established
where, yes.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so you moved to the city to study what? What did you?
Oh, I'm a product of a public school all the way
Okay.
in Kalinga, all the way to college. I went to the University of the Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was
Me
only...
too.
Yes, hello. So I went to UP Diliman,
Okay.
but I was very young at that time. I was only 15.
Yes.
So yeah, I graduated. Also, I was very young.
What,
So
what did you take up in
I took up
Diliman?
history. Yeah,
Okay.
that was my major.
Okay.
Yeah, and from there, I would always find ways to. I felt like I was always interested in clothing,
Yeah.
in some way,
Okay.
but not fully. Sometimes you fully realize what you want to do in life. Much later, I was one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, starting very young. But later on, I would always be led to that. It was like something very natural for me as an interest.
Yeah,
Yes.
galing ah. Because you were, like, you took up history, you've always been proud of growing
My
up
roots,
in Kalinga,
yes.
your roots.
Yeah.
And now you're into fashion and you're moving that beautifully together somehow.
Because growing up, so my mom had a clinic
Yeah.
beside our house.
Okay.
And if you look out the window, you'll see the waiting area of the patients. So as a little girl, there were times that I would look out and I would see patients in full attire with beads and tattoo.
Oh, really?
Everything. I always found it interesting. But I never knew it was going to lead me to what I'm doing now. But I remember as a child, I was always so interested, like, what it meant. Like, one bead was equivalent to, they would say before, I don't know if it's true, it's
Yeah.
equivalent to one carabao. So I'm like,
Oh,
wow. So you're so, you have so many carabaos. Did you sell it? I was always interested. Always,
And
always
that
interested.
never left
And the
you.
colors and how they were so proud
Okay.
wearing their,
Alright,
they were very
that's
proud
beautiful,
wearing,
yes.
yes.
And I think what you're doing, you're bringing that to more people around the country.
Yes.
But now my question is, like, how do you do that? How do you make it wearable to people who are not
Yes.
native?
Yeah, yeah. So what it is for Tahi is we're doing it two ways. One is to make it as an accent, very much like what I'm wearing, or a statement piece, like the whole outfit is a colorful weave.
Okay.
You could also make it an accessory. Second, and not being usually done yet, is we make it a part of the capsule.
Okay.
Meaning these are the wearable pieces. So the weaves that we are using in Tahi are the ones that are basic colors.
I see.
The pattern is there, but the color is tone on tone.
Like
So we have
neutrals.
black neutrals for your capsule wardrobe,
Okay, I
basic
see.
pieces. So
Okay.
we have them in navy, we have them in black, we have them in off-white. Yes, colors like
So
that. White.
you work closely with the Mabilong
The Mabilong community of
Mabilong
weavers.
community.
Yes.
Yes. So until now. So how did that start? How did that partnership
Come about.
come about? Yeah.
Yeah. Because of the concept of Tahi, I wanted to work first with the community where my family has roots,
Yes.
and that's Lubagan, Kalinga. But it's not going to be just focused on Lubagan, Kalinga, because for the next collection, we would like to feature another community of weavers from a different part of the Philippines. But the idea altogether is to encourage and to show that our weaves can either be a part of our daily wear or
Yes.
can also be an accent to our daily wear.
Okay. Are you also using the same kind of weaves in some of the uniforms you design for corporation?
For the uniforms,
Yeah. Is that part
the
of it?
weaves are a very few, but yes, some.
And how do you find the feedback or reception from various kinds of people about using weaves in their everyday wear?
You know, it's very interesting and so impressive how the Filipinos are very open about our tradition and our culture now, much more so than we were many years ago. Yes, you'd see it being, and it's a joy to see that there are many. I'm just one of them
Yeah.
that is trying to advocate for
Yeah.
our weaves being promoted.
So, working closely with the Mabilong
Community of weavers.
community of weavers, what have you noticed about the way they are now, their situation, their life? What do they face? Any challenges? If so, what kind of challenges do they face as weavers? And what's being done about it?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, that's one of the core objectives of Tahi.
Okay.
It's three things. So it's the weaver, the designer, and the consumer. So we call it Tahi because that name really means so much to the brand, wherein it's Tahi because Tahi means to sew.
Yes.
It's like sewing our culture, our tradition, our heritage, and putting it together to honor, respect, and preserve and promote our culture. So we're putting together also, parang tinatahi also the weaver with the consumer and the designer. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I've interviewed a few people about their working with communities, local communities, because, as you said, it's becoming a lot bigger nowadays.
Yes.
And they've always talked about how communities, like how that kind of work, the work you're doing, is
Yes.
helping them.
Yes.
Do you think that it has changed a lot already, or what else can be done to help them,
To help
uplift
them. It has improved because of there's more awareness. I think it can be improved if we can be able to have more education on how to pass it on to the next generation.
Right, yes.
And to support the way that it can be passed on. That's why efforts like what we do in Tahi, I think if more people would do that, the designers, the manufacturers, because if it's more financially rewarding,
Yes.
then it is more interesting for the next generation to take on the tradition and the craft and to continue,
Yes.
rather than it's a one-time thing. That's why I am really pushing for the idea of using the weave as the basic fabric of the clothing, as an option to make it the basic fabric, which is part of the collection we have, and also as an accent, can be. But as a basic fabric, it gives you more options. So it could be that your entire pants, which we have in our collection, is a local weave,
Okay.
but the color is not something you cannot mix and match. These are the basic colors.
Not so traditional as you would
Yes,
say.
yes.
It's become modernized.
Yes.
Through the use of the color.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you mean. So, I mean, it's always a sensitive topic when you talk about money, of course, like, because
Yes.
we're talking about the communities and trying to help them. And
Yes.
you know that you're right. You're perfectly right about there should be continuity, and
Yes.
it should mean that they're getting paid well, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
that's happening now. But it also means that the clothes that come out of that collaboration are more expensive for the consumers. How do you address that?
Okay. Yeah, you know, that's a very common question.
Yeah.
It's really a concern. That's why what I'd always say to that is, you know, it's not the quantity of the clothes that you have. It's the quality. So quality is very important for what we're doing in Tahi. And if quality is important, then you talk about cost per wear.
Right.
So if you buy something that costs 10,000, but it lasts you a good 5, 6, 7 years on rotation. So cost per wear is irregardless already when you compute.
Oo nga, no?
As against,
That's another way.
as again, so I advocate for a capsule wardrobe.
yeah.
I advocate for good basic quality pieces that fit you well,
Yes.
which you can mix and match. You don't have to have so many. So an outfit like this, you take out, that's why it's nice to layer, and we have those items in Tahi, because you put another layer, it's a different outfit. You put another accessory, it's a different outfit. And if there are basic pieces, it's easy for you to make a different look
Yes.
from the same clothing choices
Yeah.
that you already have in your closet. So it's cost per wear rather than
Oh, cost per wear, okay?
rather than the cost of the item,
Right.
and that's it.
Yes.
You buy something from fast fashion will kill
Oo nga
me.
eh.
You buy
a lot
something,
and then you just throw them away.
yeah, and then it lasts you for 3, 4 months, 5 months, then it was actually more expensive.
Yung iba nga, one ano lang eh.
Kaya nga.
Tas,
Parang mura lang, pero yeah. So if we are conscious about our choices,
yeah.
I think we will have a better chance in practicing sustainability.
Let's talk more about that, because you're changing mindsets by what you're saying. So, but before we continue, we'll just pause for a short break.
Okay.
And this break is brought to you by Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you.
Usapang OFW is the show that honors the journeys of our modern-day heroes, our OFWs. Join Chingmi Fernandez, John Dodson, and Rafi Ayang every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. to hear the real stories behind the sacrifices. Watch it live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Want to hear from thought leaders shaping our world? Straight Talk with Chito Lazada and Ted Montalibano dives into leadership, politics, and business every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Catch conversation live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok.
Ready for the hot takes of today's biggest issues? Hot Patatas with Vernon Velasco and Carl Magadia delivers the news that matters. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Tune in live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune now on YouTube, and Daily Tribune Official on TikTok, where the real talk happens.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister. Today, the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as UTOL, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing, with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion, as if it was rendered by your own sibling. Now, who would you prefer to drive you home? Uto, the ride-hailing app to consider.
Welcome back to Pairfect. We are still here talking about Biyaya Sustainable Living Festival. So tell me about the upcoming weekend for people on the lookout for something sustainable.
Yes, we're very excited. It's already this Friday. And what Biyaya Sustainable Living Festival is really all about is it's putting the farmers, the weavers, the crafters, the artisans, front and center, rather than the middleman, or rather than the bar, the coffee shop. It's the farmers that are being honored in this festival. So we are bringing a good number of farmers and weavers from the province to showcase their products.
Nice. So
Yes.
what was that like, organizing something like this?
Oh, a lot of fun.
Because you're bringing them from different parts of the country?
Yes,
Okay.
from Luzon, Visayas, and
Wow.
Mindanao. Very interesting and very rewarding also to see that in our own little way we are able to do something.
Yeah. So
Yes.
what can people expect? Like coffee, crafts?
Yes.
What else?
First,
Culture.
there are highlights. Yeah, so we have there are highlights. For coffee, the highlight is you will meet the farmers and the
Nice.
award-winning coffees
Wow.
from the Philippines. It will be awarded at the event itself. These award-winning coffees are the ones that won in Paris, France, and we want the farmers to be honored in a way where they feel that it is something worth, because sometimes they get frustrated, and we've heard stories where they get frustrated that it's not as rewarding. But if you honor them, it's not always just about how much they make. It comes hand in hand. Being happy with what they do comes hand in hand with the respect and the honor that they are given. Yes, so that's for the farmers. This is the Biyaya Sustainable Living Festival is an offshoot of the Manila Coffee Festival.
I see.
So the Manila Coffee Festival has been going on for 6 years already, and the founder of that is Rich Watanabe.
Okay.
And because I have some roots in coffee as well, my great grandfather
okay.
was from Sagada.
I see.
He was from Sagada. He married an Igorota, and that's how it all started. And so that's the connection.
Okay.
That's why I am a part of this in that way for coffee. And when you support a farmer, you also support the community. Meaning, in the community, it's not just the farmer. There's a weaver. There's a crafter.
lot
There's
of
so many
people
things.
involved.
And so those are the communities that we want to support and help and work with in a bigger way through the Biyaya Sustainable Living Festival.
So we're talking about how many booths or
We have
brands are
we have
we
about
talking
200,
Wow,
but
that's a lot.
the highlight are the 75 farmers and weavers.
Okay. What about the fashion show, the Walk fashion show?
The walk.
That's going to feature
Yes.
your first collection, right?
Yes.
So what inspired your lineup for Tahi?
For Tahi.
Yes. And what message do you want to send through your designs?
Yeah. So we're doing a soft launch for our brand Tahi at the festival. We saw it very fit to do it at the festival because the weavers will all be there. And I'd like to share why we call the fashion show the Walk.
Yes.
We call it the Walk because everyone who wants to practice sustainability has to take that step. So we all have to take the
Ang
step.
galing.
So, parang take that step, so take the walk. So
Okay.
in the walk, we're going to feature about 40 of our collection. Some are, like I mentioned earlier, some are fully woven, like
Yes.
top to bottom. Some are an accent, some are a combination. And we were able to look for 40 male and female models
Okay.
who are individuals who practice sustainability on different levels
Wow,
in their
that's a lot of
daily
people.
lives. Yes, so some are from the media, some are from the private sector, some are sustainability advocates, some are, yes, different levels. So very interesting because we want to show that anyone who wants to take that step can, and we're showing that through the models that we have asked to support us in the fashion show.
So you're actually showing like people who live it.
Real people,
Yeah,
yes,
real
yes,
people, not just
yes.
models. Very
Yeah.
good. So many layers of meanings.
I know.
So, what advice would you give people who want to start on that, living a sustainable life or wearing sustainable fashion but not sacrificing style?
I know.
So what's the advice?
I think I think it's a combination of, first we need to be very conscious of how we consume things.
Yes.
It all starts with us. Because we can say that, kasi fast fashion is there, and kasi if it's sustainable, it's expensive. I can't afford it. I can, like many questions or ideas.
Or availability.
Yes,
also.
or it's not. I
Readily
can't
available.
find it. A lot of things, but really, it's more of. It starts with yourself. It starts with yourself, and you actually have the power to. Fashion doesn't have the power over you to make you buy that. No, you have the power to say no if you're conscious about how you consume things. And it can be on sale, but you can say, do I need it? I have enough. That's why it sounds very, it sounds very, well, it's hard to do it. I'm not saying it's easy.
I'm sure we've all gone through that.
Yes. But it's how we are conscious about how we consume.
Just be more mindful about your choice.
And then because we have a responsibility, we're not just responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for our country, for our culture, for our heritage, for the earth. So it's buying better, buying less, and making it last. And
simple, but not so simple.
I know, sounds simple. We can try. But another point in Tahi, which is what we're trying to advocate for, is you do all that, buying better, buying less, making it last, and supporting the local community of weavers. Yes.
Gives it more meaning talaga.
Yes, in our own little way.
Yeah.
And if we are able to do what we can in our own little way, no matter how little, if we all do it together, I'd always like to say that, then
that's a lot.
Then it's a lot if we do it together. Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah, but I don't want to
Good
sound so
reminder.
preachy. I'm just saying,
No, it's
if we want to,
actually-
we can.
If we want to, we can.
We can.
Yeah, make that choice.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Galing naman. And so how do you see the future of sustainable fashion in the Philippines? Do you think it's it's catching right now, right?
Yes. It's doing very well. And I just like to see it not as a trend,
Yes.
but rather
Really
a
lifestyle.
choice that is available as a lifestyle. So that's also one of the reasons we are doing what we are doing this for Tahi, like in a way that it's not, like fashion pieces where they're all we're making it something that can be your basic classic piece in your wardrobe. Yeah, so that it stays rather than it's a trend.
Yeah. Good fashion choices to make. So what are your plans for Tahi after this festival? What happens next?
Okay, initially we are going to have our items available online, but on a limited number.
So they can order online?
Yes.
People can
yes.
order online. Okay.
They can order online, and then eventually we will have a
Store?
an atelier,
Oh,
maybe,
wow.
but we're not there yet. We're not
Okay.
there yet.
But
we
that's
are
in your
we are working on
vision.
it. It's part of this year's vision. It's just that everything was fast tracked because we had to do a soft launch
For
at
this.
the festival. But
okay.
yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see that collection and see how people can
We're
start-
excited
yeah.
too. Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
So what else? What would you like to say to our viewers? Like what message would you like to impart doing what you're
To the
doing?
viewers.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'd like to invite you all to come to the Biyaya Sustainable Living Festival. It's at the Parcal, Asiana City in Parañaque, and it's from March 13. No, sorry. March 14
14 to
to 16. I said 13. I said 13 because we have a rehearsal. Please forgive me. Yeah. So, yes. So, but because on the 13th, we're there the whole day fixing everything. But yeah, it's really on the 14th to the 16th. And it's from 4 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. every day.
Nice.
And
after work, guys.
Yes. And so Friday at 7 p.m. is the walk the fashion show for Tahi. And every day, you can come and taste award-winning coffee, meet the farmers, see the weavers, see the crafters, interact with them, and we also have some activities like upcycling, mending, workshops at the workshops
Workshops
at the
also
festival. Yes,
about-
and also tattoo. You can come and get your tattoo from Kalinga.
Talaga?
Yes.
Okay, I know somebody who has more tattoos. Who would like to have more tattoos.
Have more.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining us this afternoon.
Thank you
I
for
really
having
enjoyed
me.
talking with
Me
you.
too. Thank you so much.
And I hope that the work you're doing will flourish. And
Yes.
Biyaya, that it will be a big success and
Yes.
people can start getting to know more about our farmers, about our weavers, and all the communities that we need to support right now.
Yes.
Right?
Thank
Okay.
you.
So, thank you to Tati Miranda-Fortuna for sharing her inspiring journey with us today. It's amazing to see how she's blending tradition with innovation to make sustainable fashion more accessible. To our viewers, remember, every choice we make can contribute to a more sustainable future. So let's keep supporting conscious choices and living with purpose. This is Dinah Ventura reminding you to stay curious and true to what matters. Until next time, take care and keep inspiring.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Alam nyo ba kung saan napupunta ang binabayad nyo sa Meralco? Dito sa series na ito, isa-isahin natin yan para maipaliwanag ko po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Joe Saldariaga ng Meralco Corporate Communication Office. Alam nyo ba na pag nagbabayad kayo ng bill sa kuryente, nasa mga 20% lang on the average ang napupunta sa Meralco? Sa katotohanan, nahahati sa iba't ibang components ang inyong electricity bill. Kumbaga parang pizza lang yan. Kasama sa binabayaran natin ay ang generation charge na napupunta sa generation companies o mga nag-ooperate ng power plants, transmission charge na napupunta sa System Grid Operator ng Pilipinas, na National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, at iba-ibang charges na napupunta sa gobyerno. Tulad po ito ng mga subsidies, taxes, universal charges at fit-all. Kung tutuusin, tulad nga nabanggit ko, nasa around 20% on the average ang kabuang bill ang binabayad sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng distribution charge. Ito na ang pinaka-epektibong sistema para sa electricity consumers. Iwas abala ito para hindi na isa-isahin pang bayaran ng iba't ibang kumpanya na dinadaanan ng kuryente. Naway, nabigyan linaw ko po kayo kahit papano sa inyong mga katunungan ukol sa inyong electricity bill. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Manong Joe, ang inyong lingkod.